So actually, I was on the flight over here, and I was sitting, or wasn't sitting next to, but I saw that Daniel Ek, the founder of Spotify, is on here. And what is really interesting is that we actually have the same amount of users. And when we go back, it's funny because we're both from Sweden. We started around the same year. We have the same investors, but we don't have the same valuation. Maybe that explains why he was in business class and I was back in coach. I don't know if you believe that radio on the internet is the future. I don't. That's why I'm here today, to present to you BehavioSec. So what BehavioSec is behavioral biometrics. And that is taking whatever you're doing with a device to find out if it's the right person or not trying to access a service. And we do that by monitoring the way you're typing, how long you hold down a key when you release and go to the next button. We also measure mouse movements. So say from a straight line, how much do you diverge down and up? On a touch-based device, you can also get other input, accelerometer, gyro, etc., but mainly how hard you press and where on buttons you press. And all this, we create what we call a digital fingerprint about your behavior. So we have 50 million users in Northern Europe, mainly now. We're hoping to get up to 20 million users by the end of this year. And of course, here in the US, we want to quadruple those numbers. The reason is that traditional security methods doesn't transfer that well into the online payment space. So when we're thinking about what to demo here today, I actually had an interesting use case when I arrived here. I come in to the airport, swipe my card, everything is okay. Come to the hotel, and of course what I do, if you're from Europe, you want to buy some cool stuff here in the US and bring back. My card got blocked. And then I turned my phone off because it was in the middle of the night and I didn't want anyone to wake me up from Sweden. And what they did is that they called me up and said, hey, your card is blocked. And I just found out the morning afterwards. And I was thinking, why is that? Why are they blocking me? Because it's not geolocation, because they should know I'm here, right? And context is so hard, Does Olof usually buy strange stuff when he's in the States? Well, probably, yeah. But the real question is, why don't they know that it's me sitting behind the device doing that transaction? And that's when we came to think of this demo. And it's made for a little bit of a use case that we're doing in Scandinavia. So I hope you excuse me because I'm going in to do the demo now. It's going to be a little bit more like the Swedish chef, from the Muppets than that thing. So let's go ahead. Okay, so very simple demo. We just have an e-commerce site. It's a pretty crappy e-commerce site, just 3 things to buy. So I like these sneakers. So I'm just going to buy them. Check out. And the only thing you need to enter here is your email address and your phone number. And we're going to turn to the backend. So this is not something that the actually consumer and user sees, but we're doing this in the demo just so you get a little bit grips of what's happening here. So I'm going to go into the dashboard here. And what it does is it shows me all the transactions. This is what the merchant sees. This is what the bank sees in real time. What's happening on their site? What's buying? And we can see the behavior. We can drill down to each and every field. You can see what's happening. He was typing the payment information. You can see each and every field, what sort of score they get. You can go into the gift message, everything that was done on that. And this is all standard API calls that we're doing. I can actually bring them up a little bit so you see what's going through it. So this is what we're doing. This is just a graphical representation of the API calls that are being done in real time. So everything looks pretty hunky-dory, like I say. We can even go in and actually view my profile. So you can see very clearly, in the beginning, we don't know so much about the end user. We build that up over time, and you go up to the higher scores. And when you see these kind of dips, that's where you're getting worried. What's happening now? What is diverging from the normal behavior of Olof? Is there a fraud on this account now? And you can do this. And we use it a lot to actually mitigate the sort of false rejects that can be, like I said, to maximize conversions, not just to stop fraud. So we're going to open up these API calls because traditionally we sold, like I said, to 50 million users in Northern Europe, mainly through online banking and mobile banking. But we're going to open this up to merchants to make it more easier to connect to our website, to our APIs. And we're going to show that actually on the next show in Findever, so I'm hoping to get some money back because I just referenced Findever here. But like I said, this is a very special use case that we have in Scandinavia where you can just buy stuff and you get credit by simply using your short username and your phone number, and we'll be able to tell if it's the right person or not. And if it's not, then we do step-up authentication or something similar. There's all sorts of stuff that you can do, but the really important stuff is to figure out who is behind the computer, who is there, and that's where we think BehavioSec comes in. So thank you.